Alright, we will see if that is working. Hopefully so. It looks like it is on Streamlabs. There we go. It's working on YouTube. And y'all can hear my music pretty good. So, we're gonna just get going. I also haven't drawn in like the art block and burnout has been rough. So, I'm rusty with just about everything. We'll see how this goes today. This ref is so old. Oh my god. This was back when I used Krita. So for reference, that would have been like when I first started up my channel. So she's kind of old. This was an old Sona of mine, which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't think she still represents me well enough to be a Sona, but she is, like, I'd like her design enough to keep her around. Oh my god, I know, the ArtFight prep, every year, it's so scary. Especially when you've got burnout right before the fight even starts. These might be too big to get started on them early this year, and then the art block hit hard. So I didn't get too many out. I've done a few though. I've done a few. I've got a new unicorn character. Kind of did a humanish character. I have a centaur up now, so that's cool. Let's see, her eye's probably gonna be here. We'll go refine that in a bit. Her ears are definitely way too big. Oddly enough, this Puffin here, she is super similar to my first Sona I ever had. Who I actually have a little painted model of on my desk right now. Her name was June, and she was a Maine Coon. She was gray and brown. I don't think I actually have any digital images of her. Oh! If you guys go really far back, I might actually have an old intro I did with her. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing ArtFight this year. Hang on, let me pull up my card for y'all. You can see all of the prep I'm doing. All of these guys need new refs. And then there are a few like this one who I've been trying to finish the design on, but I'm just stuck on what markings to give her. Let's see, where is here? Here's my ArtFight stack. Here's my card, my Animal Jam character too, which was really fun to do. Hers I knocked out in one day. Let me pull her up. I did this in a day, which was wild because I have had the worst art block. Something about this cow, just, I sit down to draw her and we'll draw for hours. It's amazing. What was I saying? I feel like I was saying a thing. Oh, is it glitching? Yeah, Thistle I'm excited about. Because I don't have much art of her yet, and I also don't have the motivation to create art of her, but I want more art of her. I've also been on such like a hooved animal kick lately. I'm gonna give her a bit of a longer muzzle. I know this is a cat, but oh, that's too much. Too much muzzle. Probably also at an odd angle. And then I've been trying to do extra art for some of my characters. Poor Lark, she needs Anthro ref, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I think there was another. Oh, I need to do attack ref for Rusty. Yeah, that's not happening. I don't feel like drawing a bunch of buckles and zippers right now. Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen my art in a while. You don't know where I'm at with it. Oh, this is gonna be fun then. Because I've kind of started picking up some new traits. Let's see. Like, I've changed the way I draw fur a lot. And I mobile. Sorry about that, but I went a little nuts with the blinkies and stamps. I'll probably eventually look at it and go, you know what, I hate this, it's too much, but for now I'm enjoying it. That's what matters. For now it's pretty. Ooh, that's maybe a bit too much thigh. Let me, fix that a little bit. Trying to give her, like, shorter legs than I usually draw. And also more cartoony, because I don't feel like... Oh, that's not right. Because I don't feel like detailing out a whole human-esque leg right now, you know? I've been doing a bit too much of that lately. Oh, I do have new photos up for Arlo. He's got some new photos. Oh, and then the other week, like a week or two ago, I started working on it again, and I have it all mostly blocked out now. It's key to edit the ArtFight, and then if you change anything, for some reason the the little badge thingies that'll go like, ooh, you were on Stardust on this year and you won. That little thing, I have it on my profile, and it's just, like, I would change something and it would just vanish. It would turn itself into one of these, and then I'd have to go in and fix it. I figured out I could use the tables for stuff, though, and that was a game changer. What do I do with your arms? Yeah, something ain't right here. And I feel like maybe it's just that her body's too long, but also I don't know what to do about that. Let me actually... I feel like I could make this work. It's just gonna take me a minute. Hang on, gotta find a good song. I haven't updated this playlist in like forever. Oh my gosh. Okay. Suppose that's her leg. Going back to basics with this. Oh boy. I'm gonna have my paw here. There we go. That's more or less paw-shaped. I also need to... Arlo, he's got a friend I've been working on, and I need to solidify a design for him. I'd like to have that done before ArtFight, but realistically, I know I'm probably not gonna. Oh well. He'll just be added next year. There is a sketch of him up. I just am not, like, fully sold on that version. There we go, that's smooth enough. Something about this still looks off to me, though. It's probably the lack of arms. And also something about this connection point specifically. Because if I've got her ribs here... and that's going to go down like that. You'll have the hip around there. So yeah, it's something like that. No. I'll get back to it eventually. It'll be fine. Oh, and I have to add her little scorpion tail. I haven't drawn bugs in ages. I do also feel like her chest is really top heavy. Maybe it is this leg. Hang on. Her legs genuinely might just be too little. I also need Bash Has a Rough. I started forever ago and haven't finished. Bashful. Oh yeah, of course, Orange. You're good. If I'm being entirely honest, I've kind of been hoping someone would eventually ask. Because I feel like that would be so cool to open up a character's page and just be hit with my own art. Like, whoa, this person liked what I drew enough to put it on, like, the official character page. That's awesome. I messed that up. Goodness, this playlist needs updated. Alright, that works. I haven't touched it in forever. I think probably since the last time I streamed. And I don't know when that was. Alright, Elliot. We'll see you whenever you're here. And imagine talking to you when you're not. Because I don't know when you're going to be back. There we go. A scorpion tail. I still feel like there's something off with this, and I think it's probably just that it doesn't match the other leg. Yeah, that was it. That and her ankle. See, and now something else is wrong. Honestly, I probably just need to flip my canvas, but I don't feel like it. I don't wanna. It's a lot of work. Welcome in! Yeah, there's just something off with this leg. And I can't quite figure out what it is. Oh. No, because the knee doesn't line up now. Like, I'm looking at the other one. And, like, it almost works, but it's something... Something with the knees. I also need to finish... I have so many refs I need to do. Yeah, this maybe shouldn't have been stretched out as much as I... There we go. Yeah, this can work. It's just gonna have to be quieter. Okay. A walk might not have been the worst idea. I mean, you probably got some of the energy out that way. I haven't had Monster before. Honestly, I don't think I ever will. But I love the cans. I love the texture they put on the cans. I have friends who drink Monsters all the time. And one of them once gave me, like, one of the empty cans, and I genuinely... Yeah, there's just something off with this body. Probably because I haven't drawn Anthro in a really long time. She may have to be feral. Was hoping to keep this Anthro, but I mean, not keep, because originally she wasn't, but you get my point. Oh, is it bugging? If it's bugging out, I might have to pause it for a minute to fix it. I don't know why it does that, but I can usually fix it. Haven't streamed in forever, so I forgot it does that. You can always do traditional art attacks for ArtFight. Like if digital's not working. I might end up doing a few traditional this year. Because I've recently gotten back into oil. But it's nice that I don't have to be like super perfect with it. Because you're not going to achieve perfect with an oil pastel. Not the ones I've got anyways. They're chunky. It's like working with crayon. Let's see if I can sketch out an arm well enough. Because I'm thinking something like this, where she's got her arm up and then like a little curled up paw. Shaking her little fist at you. Oop. Yeah, I haven't had it. Probably is. Yeah, it totally is. There we go. Okay, got it back. Oh, darn. And see, I don't even... The monster. Ugh, I know. Got my voice on the replay. What do I do with the second arm? I'm gonna actually take this to a second layer, because I always end up repositioning arms by like so much. Bane of my existence sometimes. Thank you for letting me know that was paused, by the way. Because I do have my replay up, so I can kind of guess if it's frozen. But it's paused most of the time. So that's sure what a normal resting heart rate is. I don't quite think it's that. But also if you just took a walk, it's probably maybe fine. Yeah, something's off about that. Let's see. Honestly, I'm gonna end up just simplifying her body shape so much. Like, usually I would detail out all the muscles. I don't. Alright, apparently I'm cutting out. Give me a sec. Alright, hopefully that fixes it. Sweating like a nursing home, wow. You know, I think that is probably the first time I've ever heard someone say that. I feel like her paw's not as curled as I wanted it to. Actually, let me save that in case I regret this in a minute. And I'm gonna end up just full on. I should. Let's see. Bam, 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 final toe. That's... Yeah, that's not working. I'm gonna give her a little toe there. And we'll do the rest of hers like that. Full of new phrases. Oh boy. Alright, Robin. Huh. Is that just like a shortened version of Yankee? Like y'all just didn't vibe with the two E's? That is not working either. I'm gonna bring my brush size down so I can get some detail in here. Kinda. Okay. Oh, knee-high narwhal socks would be cool. Is the horn 3D or is it just like... See, printed socks are cool. I can't do the tag on the back. Like that goes against your skin. I hate... Got you. Hang on. Let's double check I have the right one real quick, because I want to make sure I know which one you're talking about. I don't think it was under my ArtFight. It's probably gonna be under... Here, Art Trades. Oh no, you wanted Art of Elliot. Elliot. I mean, I can check. I don't quite think so. Because I was going to pull this up, but this guy is not Elliot. I'm blanking on his name right now. Oh, hey, Spookle. It's been a while. Oh, it's Stanley. That's Stanley. So, yeah, I don't know if I have Elliot. Yeah, I was right with Stanley. Oh, I can bring that up real quick, Orange. I can bring that up. It's down here. Yeah. I've got ice cream. I've got an orange. I've got orange juice. And then Robin did see correctly. Well, that's not Robin. Where is Robin? Robin should be up ahead. Here, right here. Literally next to Stanley. Wow. Going on a whole little journey just to... Such a cutie patootie. That one was really fun to render. I'm not sure then, Elliot. Do you remember what the art looked like? Because honestly, that might spark my memory more than a name. Or maybe I have it just sitting loose? I might have forgotten it to add it to the stack, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, back to pause. If my pencil wants to work. Chicken scratching my way through here. Sorry, I just saw Elliot's post. Let's see if I can find it. Because now I know what you're talking about, at least. That is too far, because that gets into school stuff. Where? Here. Where is it? It's here somewhere. I'm either tracking it down now, or I'm tracking it down right after stream, but I'll find it. Okay, not in here. It's not going to be up here, unless it was for ArtFight, but I doubt it. Highly doubt it. Looks like not. It's going to be somewhere in my gallery. But yes, I will find that, eventually. apparently. I'll get around to it. And if I don't, then if you just comment, I'll remember it. But I should... Okay, seriously, where would that be? Yeah, I'll go digging later. I will go dig for it later. Cluster fluff and... That is evil orange. I'm gonna have to get back at you if you do that. Oh! If you traded a... Where's my commission stack? It's gonna be there. Because for a while I took character designs as payment. It'll be under my commissions. Where's my commission stack? It's here somewhere. I just haven't had one in forever, so it's gonna be buried. Let's see. Y'all are getting to snoop through all of my old art. Ooh. Where is it? Yeah, because this was the character I got in return. Okay. What is it? We're gonna go back to the top, and I'm gonna have to read every single name. So if y'all want to, feel free to yap. Oh! That's quite the request. I feel like the name is familiar. Is it? There's art trades, cheaper. Here. Literally right here. Found it. Yep. Island in the Sun. Of course. Yep, it was just buried in my commissions. Literally right there. Was digging for nothing. This claw. Probably needs edited. Yeah, interesting request, but I have too many children that tune into what I do to ever be doing that. Aside from just not having an interest in it. How are your guys' days doing? And I guess if you're on summer break right now, how's summer going? Over here, honestly, pretty fun. Pretty fun. I found a really cool beetle the other day. It was one of those ones that's got, like, the fancy little horns on it. It is a, like, Texas native beetle. As far as I'm aware, anyhow. One of the females, though, so she didn't have the big old spiky horn thing. I don't think they're so much psycho for asking it. I think this is, like, an odd channel to be asking it on. But some people do draw it. And they were being polite about the question, so oh, yikes, yeah, I would not be risking expired sunscreen. That sucks. Did y'all ever get, like, zinc sunscreen? If I find an artist who does that regularly, I would maybe ask them instead. Moving back onto the zinc sunscreen, though. I had it, like, once as a kid, but that stuff was so fun, because it's, like, colored. Colored sunscreen, just in case. But because it was colorful, you could do, like, little patterns and stuff. Like face painting. Guys, just move on from the question, please. You've just had an energy drink. so I'm gonna go with a little bit bad, but also there's like a reason for it. It'll come down eventually. If you were like doing nothing, literally just sitting, didn't have an energy drink and it were that high, then I would be worried. Off eventually. And then if it doesn't, that's when you worry. But for now, for the sake of like not panicking and making it worse, you're probably good. You were Dr. Phil for Halloween? Yeah, I would say take it easy for a minute, but you're probably going to be completely fine. Especially if your heart rate's gone higher than that before and you were still good. Yes, I was just talking about that a bit ago. The texture on the monster cans are so fun. Oh my gosh. I don't even drink one, but I have one that a friend gave me once, and it... Oh, Halloween. I have been thinking of what to do for that, and I'm stuck between, like... I think it would be really cool to make my own costume, like, from scratch. But I'm stuck between Max from Where the Wild Things Are and making like a little puppet of Audrey 2 from... Why am I blanking on the name? Little Shop of Horrors. Like, I feel like that would be so cool to just have a tiny Audrey 2 that I could puppeteer. I also know that's a ton of work, though. I feel like both would be a nightmare to do, but it would be so fun. I somehow made it until 2 days ago without watching Little Shop of Horrors. Like, it was one of those things that was on my watch list. Like, I wanted to watch it, I just hadn't gotten around to it, and I finally got to watch it. Oh my god, it was so fun. It was so fun. It was admittedly a little bit jarring to hear them talk about President Kennedy on the radio. But then I was like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Just like a little bit jarring, because I'm not used to movies set in the 60s. But the soundtrack was so fun. It was definitely written to be done like live, and especially shot too. Like, a lot of the scenes, Audrey 1, the original Audrey. A while ago I was talking with one of my teachers and she hadn't seen Rockadoodle, and I was really sad. And then none of my friends had either. Very sad moment, because I loved that movie as a kid. But yeah, she talks exactly like Goldie Pheasant. That paw might be a little too big. And also Chanticleer's name, just like his name. I feel like that is the perfect name for that rooster. Yeah, I loved that movie as a kid. Robin, did you ask what a rooster is? Like a male chicken? I might have made that section of arm a little too skinny. No, it's actually not that bad. I thought that's what happened. I was like, well, Robin's on energy drinks right now. It's probably something to do with that. It just caught me off guard. I was like, oh, am I explaining what a rooster is? Yeah, y'all probably haven't. Probably not. I actually don't know how old it is. But I did spend a good chunk of one of my forensics classes just explaining the plot of that movie to both my teacher and one of my friends, because I was really sad that neither of them knew what I was talking. Alright, yeah, that looks fine. I probably need to give her some elbow fluff, though. Oh. And then I also need to bring this up, that down, and remove this arm completely. Boop. And that right there is why I do it on a separate layer. I also move her arm up a little bit. I have seen one singular episode of South Park. I have a friend who's probably eventually going to try to convince me to watch more. But I've seen the Caso Benito one. Mostly because my dad had brought it up, and he was like, oh, it's so funny. And my mom was like, oh, well then we have to watch it. And also they wanted to watch a documentary about Casa Bonita. So we ended up watching it together. That is the only episode I've seen. Oh, yeah, mine is too. And then my friend has access to, like, adult money right now. So every now and then he'll be like... It's always those late night decisions. Yeah, he's 18, so he makes enough to be spending stupid amounts on stuff. Okay. Alright, Robin. See where your mind was. Her arm might actually be a little too big. But I don't feel like making the arm crunchy. I've just worked so hard to draw it. So I am gonna just up the size of that. Oh, and there goes some of my arm details, but that's fine. There we go, that's a little closer to normal. A little closer to a normal size. What's tricky is I'm trying to keep it, because those two lines are on the other layer. I probably should have fixed that before moving everything. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that real quick, because it's gonna bug me if I don't. There you go, problem solved. I do need to move her shoulder in a bit more. There we go. Problem solved, look at that. And then I get to ignore that arm for the time being because I don't feel like doing it. And I get to draw the rest of her body instead. I should probably focus on her head for a minute here. I'm just gonna scoot that aside. See you, Divine. Thank you for stopping by. What's tricky is I haven't drawn cats in forever. So I can try to assume where some features are going to land. But I'm going to be super rusty. And also I have to figure out what kind of lashes I want to give her, if any. There we go. Decent first eye. Now I have to do the second one. That's what honestly is great about a lot of prey animals. Like, I've been drawing them so much lately, and I completely forgot how nice it is to draw them, because I don't have to worry about the second eye. Like, it's hidden from most angles. Unless you're doing a forward-facing angle, in which case, good luck. Then it's a nightmare. They've got the two good sides, and then the front. Yeah, I can listen to that song. Oop, that was not distort. I know, Robin. I don't feel like that one right now. Like 4 or 5 months ago, I would have jammed, but not so much today. I've been leaning more into Midwest emo lately, honestly. Yeah, exactly that, Orange. It's all fun and games until you have to draw your goat character from the front. That's when I always get tempted to just draw them with their forward-facing eyes, like so many artists do. Which is like a really cute way. I've just been leaning into the more realistic style lately. Maybe not more realistic, but just like less cartoony. Different version of cartoony. I don't welcome in. Make her chin a bit bigger. Because originally she was a house cat. Like Maine Coon, but house cat. And I kind of want to keep that, but I also want to lean more towards a big cat look. Oh, I did give her little fangs. Hers are hidden, though. See, I feel like I need to be able to see this a little better. She looks like super sweet, which is what I want to go for. But that bra doesn't line up. Oh, dude, my dad used to storm chase when he was little. Maybe not little, but when he was younger. It always sounded fun from how he described it. I've technically seen a tornado once, but I was like an infant. Doesn't really count. Kind of fun. Every now and then I'll tell that story and someone will be like, oh my god. I would be terrified. And I was like, I was a baby. Because we'd stopped under an overpass, and my dad just got out of the car to go stand and watch the tornado. Like in a nearby field. Literally a field right across from us. He was chilling. My mom was freaking out. I was chilling. He actually ended up talking to someone who was also under that overpass, watching it just breeze on by. I think his brother got a photo of a tornado in the newspaper once. Oh, I know. I think it would be really fun to do. There was one time, I think last year, actually, that we had a super minor tornado warning. Watch. Whichever one is the one where you have the ingredients, but it's not there yet, so they're just, like, a little bit worried about it. That one. So, my dad was like, oh, sweet. Let's go look at the clouds. And I was like, hell yeah. So we went and we looked at the clouds. We like drove down to a different road in our neighborhood where it was a bit more clear. And we stood there and watched for a minute, and this little kid ran. There was nothing happening. Those clouds were so calm. They were like really dark and stormy looking, but they were so calm. So we ended up going and eating at a restaurant, and it was really empty and actually really nice. There was no one else there. That might be too much on the ear fluff. Yeah, that's too much. That's fine. Let me just... I do know one time when he was working out on a farm, he was still living in Kansas by that point. There was one time he was just, like, out on the farm. Either tried to touch down above him or near him. And he was out in a tractor, so he just kind of had to hunker down in this tractor and hope it didn't pick him up. He was completely fine. But it's kind of a cool story. I think he said it did toss debris, like, onto the windshield. Yeah, storm chasing would be so fun. Oh my gosh. So fun. Dude, I haven't drawn like a tuft of hair on an ear in so long. You know, I'm maybe not in the best state for it, but I'm gonna choose like the calmest day to go out there. And I'm gonna be so disappointed. It's gonna be great. Man, I gave her a big forehead. Let me just add some fur to the back of that. Blend it into the neck. Robin, I don't know what you heard, but none heard the beginning of All You Want to Do, the song from 6, which I probably need to remove from my stream playlist, honestly. The topics in that song aren't super appropriate. Exactly, orange. Yeah, you just add like a teensy bit of hair at the back, and bam, no one can tell where the hairline is. It's okay. You don't have to worry about how far it recedes. She does not have ear fluff in... I actually don't think I have any Sir Mix-a-Lot in this playlist. Oh man, I have to do the other ear now. See, it's all fun and games until you finish one, and then you have to do the second one. Wait, the white covers of what? Like the song from 6? Can I get some more context on it? Oh, of Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yeah, go for it. Why not? As long as it's not, like, too inappropriate, you're good. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy, because if I open that, you're just gonna hear the playback from my end. I don't need to do that when I don't know what that holds. That might be a bit much. I'm gonna have to shrink this down here in a sec. Oh well. Yeah, that's way too much on this piece. Whoopsie days. And I've got the same issue right here. Goodness. You'd think I'd know by now how to size things. Okay. I've been leaning into... I actually don't know what to call this. Medieval heraldic? Whatever tradition. And it's really pretty, if done right. But then on kind of curly-ish looking fur. Okay, this is actually... And it doesn't completely fall apart if I take the sketch away. I do need to fix this ear, though. Something's off with it. But, like, that could be so much worse. I'm gonna come back in, like, an hour with fresh eyes and find something wrong. But until then, this is pretty good. There we go. That's... Okay, maybe not better, but, like, it... Maybe if I just... No. Also no? Darn. Okay, we're just gonna... Maybe I just need to do this. Hang on. Let me just unfold the ear a little bit. Yeah, okay, that could look worse. Can you describe the goober? Of course. Love your theming. I'm gonna be honest. I think that would have been back in middle school. Yeah. It was a very sad day. I got to draw the pangolin, though. That teacher was pretty chill. She just didn't know. You know what? This is quite the glow up. I did not expect this to go so well. And we're gonna kind of draw her shoulder in and then act like it's not even there. That actually needs to be lower down. I'm gonna keep this fairly subtle. There we go. Look at that. Okay, that sounds like a normal heart rate now. That's good. Are you feeling better? This actually may need to be moved up a bit more. I'm just gonna fill this space with fur. A little bit armpit fluff. Because I do like adding that to my characters. It's very fun to draw. And also make sure I don't have to draw any weird, like, skin wrinkling. Which is really nice to avoid. Oh, dude, you've just got a new best friend. That's all that is. That's a new best friend. Little bug friend. Well, if I can get this fur to look right, I may have to circle back around to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to circle back. War crimes! Oh yeah, name the tiny beetle war crimes. Or like, something really specific. Like a specific crime. First degree arson. Tax evasion. If you name it Honda Civic, like, it is gonna live forever. Gonna outlast the roaches. Yeah, okay, I can't get that to work right now. So we're gonna have to circle back around to it. That's fine. In the meantime, I do feel like I need to remove the entire thing, though. It looks like a skin the spiders stay. They're like, oh my god, why? And I'm like, well, if they're there, there's a reason they're there. I'm not gonna stop them from catching and eating bugs. And also, they're chill. Years ago. Robin, are you setting up a playpen for your beetle right now? What is it gonna eat? Welcome back, Divine. And also, how are you gonna give it water? I feel like that could get risky. I guess need to stick to really, like, watery food, or if it's gonna need, like, a sponge soaked in water to just suck water out of. Being comfortable with bugs is amazing, but also sometimes the work. I don't do roaches, and unfortunately I live in Texas where we have a ton of them. But, like, it could be worse, you know? And both times have been horrible. It's honestly not worth it. Like, the first time I moved one out, it was late at night. I was already not thrilled about it. And this roach had gotten under my bookcase, like my little bookshelf. She got underneath it. Which was so great. That was so fun to try to get her out of there. It's whatever, though. I did. And when I finally did and took her outside and let her go, the first thing she did was run right for the house. Ran right back towards it. The second one was just a hassle to get in a cup. It kept running at my feet. It was terrifying. So I think I'm probably done trying to rescue them at this point, but who knows, maybe next time I'll try again. Other bugs are chill, though. I like other bugs. I have the mercy to do it. I just don't have the bravery to get to the point of getting them in the cup. Ooh, wasps. I feel like it depends. I did have this one phase in like 3rd or 4th grade that every now and then I think about and I go, ooh, I was a bit of a menace. But I had a friend who would get 2 sticks and like hold them in her hands. I'm gonna draw you guys a little image. Just like hold on to these sticks, like Coraline style, like you're looking for a water well, and hold the sticks, and the sticks, she was like, these are magic sticks, because kid logic, they're gonna lead me to all of those. So I was like, oh, sweet, I'm so down. And I was I have yet to find one, like, deceased lately, but the day I do, oh, I'm gonna be so pumped to pin that bug. Because they really do, they look so cool. And I know how to pin bugs now. And I want to pin one. I just gotta find one first. Oh yeah, orchid mantis is really pretty. Those guys are stunning. I had a friend, she's graduated now, but she wanted to have one for a while. I don't think she does. I do know she has isopods, though. Did any of you guys... Okay, because we're on the topic of bugs, did anyone else have, like, a random phase as a kid where your entire grade just got really into keeping bugs? Because at my school, get a container to keep bugs in, or you made one. And almost everyone had one. There was one kid in my class, his niche, his entire niche, was ladybugs. He would just collect ladybugs and keep them in a water bottle that he poked holes in so they could breathe. And I think he fed them clovers, like clover leaves, which is definitely not... The rest of us were not that committed to one specific thing. We would just kind of collect whatever we found. I remember one time I actually made a trade with... Where was I? Right, I made a trade with this one kid. He'd found a cocoon. And I was like, oh my god, that's sick. I kind of want that. And he was like, alright, what do you want to trade? And I had my little container of bugs. And I was like, do you want 3 of these? And we made that trade. We traded bugs. I think around that time I also found this really cool rainbow beetle, and I decided to throw it in with my other bugs, not knowing that it ate that kind of caterpillar, those little black fuzzy ones that you're told not to touch. Yeah, turns out it eats those, and I had several in that container. It was not a good day for little me when I found out the hard way. Welcome back, bugs. What else? I think the year after that, a lot of the girls, me included, got really into making bug houses. We didn't so much collect the bugs themselves, but we would go put rocks and sticks together against the bases of trees to make little homes for them. Roly-polies were, like, the bomb as a kid. I don't have many memories of them, because I didn't see them too often. But I do have this strangely vivid one of one day I was just walking around my backyard doing whatever it was I enjoyed as a kid, probably digging in the dirt because I did that a lot. I was just poking around in the backyard and I found a bunch of roly-polies, and like they were huge roly-polies. I just vividly remember naming all of them after Scooby-Doo characters. Really pretty yellow spots on her back though. I remember that much. I also used to, if it ever rained, I would collect the worms on the ground and put them in Tupperware containers. And I got in trouble for that, because I brought them in and put them in the fridge once, and my mom was like, no, I don't want worm juices in my Tupperware containers, and I definitely don't want them in my fridge. But I was collecting them to use them to go fishing with my dad. That was little me logic. I was like, alright, I'm gonna collect these and I'm gonna use them for fishing. Alright, hang on, I feel like these legs are little. Got little bitty legs. And it's weirding me out. So we're gonna fix that real quick. Now that they're drawn out and everything. Is there anything else I did with bugs as a kid? I feel like there's definitely something I'm forgetting. Like, I loved bugs as a kid. Oh my god, fireflies! Oh, fireflies were great. We don't have too many where I am now. Definitely not nowadays. We used to have more. I think they're probably, like, not every now and then. Like, once a year, whenever I would go visit, my grandparents in Kansas, oh my god, they had the best fireflies. Like, every night we would go out, not every night, but at least one night, every visit, we would get to go out to their front yard, like, just at nighttime, and I got to catch fireflies to my heart's content, and my grandfather would drill holes in the top of mason jars, like, very committed stuff here, guys. He would drill these holes in the top of the mason jar so that the fireflies could breathe, and I would pick some grass from the yard and put it in the jar, and I would just catch fireflies to my heart's content, and then I would keep... Yeah, I've heard they're going extinct too. It's really worrying, because I love bugs, and they're so important, but, like, I see so few of them nowadays, and I know they're not, like, cute, fuzzy, cuddly little mammals, so I know there's not a huge chance that most people are going to care so much for them or their preservation, and it makes me really worried. Because if they do start going extinct, no one's going to care. Me and the other bug people will care, but, like, there's not enough of us. Certainly not enough who can do anything. Oh, dude, grasshopper catching was the best. I still do that every now and then. If I'm out in my front yard and I see one, I will gladly go catch them for hours. That was my favorite part of the 4th of July as a kid. Aside from getting, like, a ridiculous sized turkey leg, I would go and just, like, catch grasshoppers in these really dry fields that we always went to. Because we went to the big, like, gathering one that was professionally-ish held for fireworks for the celebrations. And yeah, me, never bite. They'll definitely spit up on you, but, like, I've never been bitten by one before. And even if I were, I can't imagine it's gonna hurt. Hey, Wildcat. Welcome in. What else? Oh my god, cicadas, too. Cicadas are so fun. I love their sounds. I collected those as a kid. I still collect them. They're so cool. My family thinks it's weird. They think it's a little freaky. They do not appreciate mid-molt, too. And this is arguably cooler than my collection of cicadas. Okay, hang on. Oh, gosh darn it. It cut out my entire rant about my nymph exoskeleton. I'm a dragonfly nymph, which is so cool, because I feel like you don't ever see those, you know? Everyone's aware of cicada molts. But a dragonfly nymph? Alright, how do I... My prized possession, though, when it comes to bugs, is the acorn weevil I found last year. Already dead. And I pinned it. It is in my little bug collection. Definitely the coolest bug I have. Because they're so cute. Oddly enough, it was sitting, like, right on top of my recycling bin. Literally, I was walking outside just to take out the recycling. And there was an acorn weevil there. And I was like, oh my gosh. This is the day I have dreamed of. I guess maybe I can add her paw right here. This just feels like a lazy pose, like I'm phoning it in. And also, like, her arm is too low. Something ain't right with that. There we go. It's better. Life. Yeah, these legs just look super short. Hang on. Whoop. Wrong there. I'm gonna see if maybe moving that up to shorten the torso helps. Okay. A little bit. I just feel like she's got tiny legs right now. There we go, that's a bit better. Oh, I think I was partway through telling you guys about the really cool beetle I found, and then got distracted by something else. But, like, while we're on the topic of bugs still... Ooh. Yeah, Robin, you may have to go on, like, a little hunting party, little search party. Look. Hopefully you're able to track them all down. At least you've caught it now. The beetle I found, though. Oh, the spiders will do it. Yeah, that's true. Yay! Problem solved. The beetle. I was literally just walking down to my neighbor's house to try... Welcome back, Star! To try to find, a package that had gotten delivered to them accidentally, because we both had the same address, aside from, like, the same address. So our stuff gets delivered to them by accident sometimes. So I was walking down to try to get this package that we had delivered that was dropped off at their house. And I didn't find it. It was actually hidden behind a post in front of the yard, but my dad got it later, so it was fine. But, like, as I'm walking down, I found this really cool beetle just chilling not chilling. She was just sitting, like, on the sidewalk, on the walkway up to their porch. How do I know it's a she? Honestly, sometimes I just assume. Like with the brooch story I was telling earlier, I just assume. This one, though, it's one of those beetles where they have... So the female's kind of got this kind of a face, and they've got their really round body, and their cool legs with all their spikes. And then the males have, like, this kind of a face. If that makes sense. They've got the little spine, and the one I found did not have the spine. So I was like, oh, sweet. I can ID this really easily, that's a female. The last time I saw one was years ago. Also a female, oddly enough. But yeah, she's really cool. Love her. Probably going to become one of my prized possessions. She can sit with the pinned cicada selection. Not selection. Collection. That is not at all the same word. I think I would cry if I didn't have cicadas. Like, they're kind of bothersome, but they're also so cool. Like, I walk outside and it sounds like I'm in one of those old Western films. I've brought, actually, my device outside before while streaming. And I think everyone was just saying it sounded like maracas, which they're not wrong. It kind of does. I think it's more like a rattle-ish sound. But yeah, they're definitely really cool. And I love getting to collect their molted... Oh my god, and then we have June bugs here. They're a little bit less cool, but I was born in June, so I love them because I feel like they're my bug, you know? If I'm gonna have any bug, it's gonna be the one named after my birth month. They're really bad with their timing, though, considering their name. You'd think they would come out in June, but they're always a month or two early. They're also really clumsy. Those guys are not good at navigating or flying or climbing. Because I love them. Like, I am completely unbothered. I will gladly go pick them up and hold them. And they freak my dad out. Probably because they have spiky little arms. But every now and then, if one gets into that... And they're this really pretty orangish color. Reminds me of caramels I used to have. Alright, I think we're about done with lines. Do I want to add anything to that leg? Because I do love this upper body, but then I feel like I get to the legs and it just... Something about these legs is still off. Specifically this one. Something about it is wrong. Bro, the June bug? No. They're sweet little guys. They're really dumb, but they're so cute. I think something happened similar to me. I don't remember it, but my grandfather does. Apparently we were at Sonic once, and some kid was terrorizing either a cricket or a grasshopper, and I went over and I scolded that kid. Like, little bitty kid me went over and scolded that kid for messing with that grasshopper or cricket or whatever it was. Genuinely, I don't remember it. He does. I would have to ask him about all the details. No! Not the worms. Worms are just trying to clean up. You don't gotta mess with them. I hate when people do that. I always like pulling them out of the water that collects at the curb whenever it rains. Like, I don't want them to drown, you know? And also, like, they have no hope of getting out of that curb water. They don't have arms. They can't climb out. Hammerhead worms, on the other hand, those guys should not be here. They're invasive where I'm at, and they are so hard to kill. I saw one once back when I was in, like, 5th grade, 6th grade. Actually, it might have been, it was either 6th or 7th, maybe 8th. And at the time I didn't know what it was. But going back, if I invasive here and then they also eat our earthworms, not a good combo. And then you can't just cut them. Me and them, we have beef. I don't think they know it, but I do. Alright, I think I need to... I'm gonna edit her browns, just because I feel like this is really desaturated, especially right next to... Yeah, that's desaturated. Especially compared to the... There we go, that's better. That is gonna be my color sample right there. And then the other colors are fine. I just feel like this needs changed. Just a heads up. I may take a break. If I do, I will come back though. Whether it be on this exact same stream or another one, I don't know. Because sometimes Streamlabs will just kill a stream. Like, I can pause the recording for a minute and it'll go, you know what? This stream is over. In chat right now. That's so great, you guys. You keep having fun. Hang on. I'm gonna give it a minute just in case, though. Yeah, it's back now. Sometimes Stream just does that. I don't know why, but I've had that issue with Streamlabs before. I just haven't found a better program to use for streaming before. If it starts getting laggy and it starts pausing, just let me know and I can go ahead and fix it. I literally just have to pause my screen sharing and then resume and it'll fix. I don't know why it does that. Robin, I feel like there's a 50-50 chance with you a lot of the time, especially if you've had tea. If you've had tea, it's almost 100. I'm not sure how to tell if you're delirious, because I feel like you're not gonna know the best, but if you're talking to someone else, they might be able to tell you if you're delirious. That, or maybe you're just like a really silly, goofy, funny person. Welcome back. Oh, heck yeah. A little bit of Rihanna, why not? You might be delirious then. If you know what the goofy feel is, you might be. There's a chance. Especially after an energy drink, I feel like that's bound to do something. Alright, after this song, I am going to have to take a quick break, but then I'll be back. I don't know if my stream's going to let me pause it, or if it's going to make me start a new one. But regardless of what it does, I will come back. There you go, Robin. There you got it. Oh my gosh, I know. I'm excited for ArtFight. I'm also a bit nervous though because my style has changed so much since last year. So I feel like everything I have posted currently, aside from like my character references, is really inaccurate. I think Thistle and Firefly, the cow Firefly, I don't think I have a different Firefly. Yeah, Thistle and Firefly, those two have the really recent ref, and then Arlo has some newer images that I've added. Yippee! So those guys are pretty up to date. Yeah, I know, it was weird trying to draw him because I had to restart on his face so many times. Oh my gosh, hang on, let me pull him up real quick. And also, I guess heads up for some of y'all, because this kind of human character, he doesn't have a shirt on one version of his ref, which unfortunately we're all gonna have to look at. But you can see the overview here, because here was how he originally looked, and this was forever ago. Let's see, canvas info. Nope, not stats. Here. Yeah, August of 2024. So almost a year. And then I came back and redid it, and here's how he looks now. I've gotten much better at human faces, but this took forever. Oh, my time lapse doesn't even want to go. Okay. So I tried sketching this out on paper. I actually had multiple paper sketches before I got to this point. Here was the first pass of that face. It was rough. And then I had to go back and I actually redrew it over here from scratch next to his old ref. And I did so much adjusting on that face. Oh my gosh. Oh. Like here I had to go over it again. I'm still not great at human faces. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. And then you can see everything from that point just went so much faster. I did almost give him spots. Where is it? Here. I almost gave him spots. I was like, ooh, that's cool. But then I was like, no, it's too much. And then originally he had different markings on his legs, which you can see now. It's this little stuff, and then I blended it out. But it ends up looking really similar to some of Thistle's markings. And it's also, like, a lot, especially when he already has so many blends and everything going on. Here's me struggling with hands. So I decided to make it a bit simpler in the final version. Let me skip over some of the hand struggles. Oh my gosh, I drew so many hands trying to do this ref. Oh, there's my actual hand. Hang on, there it is. I ended up having to go over my own. I don't know if I ended up even using that. Oh, I totally did. And then here was his tack. Almost gave him like a rope. That's what that is right there, a little rope, and I ended up deciding against it because it was too much detail in too small of a space. And also, he wouldn't use it for anything. Like, what would you even use a rope for? Yeah, a lot of my old art, for some reason, all of the characters look so much younger. Like, my art genuinely has aged with me, and it's always kind of fun to see. Here was his first version. I ended up doing a blue one, too. Oh, he's got his little dandelions. Yeah, here was me doing the blue version. And I filled in all the info. This took me ages. I don't actually know the stats. Oh, 13 hours. 13 hours. A little bit more than that, probably because I ended up doing some of that on paper as well. But also kind of crazy with, like, Fluff. I have so much art of her, so I can go back. Woo! All the way. And, like, here's how I used to draw. Ooh, this is animated. And that one's actually finished. I have some that aren't done. I think this was for an animation meme, actually, that I was planning on doing. Oh, yeah, 13 hours with breaks, guys. I'm not that crazy. Not quite that crazy. This was really old, actually. How old was this? 2023. Shockingly, not as long ago as I thought. Oh, and that's the version where I fixed her tail. Here was her original design. On a white background. Bleaching my eyes. Here was this. I don't know if I finished. That was for the same thing. So I did not finish it. I have, yeah, some of her old art. Oh, I remember this. This was that one animation meme with the Germa audio. What was it, Meat Grinder, maybe? Yeah, so like in a lot of my older art, she's much rounder and softer looking. Very, like, childish compared to how I draw her now. Oh, this one was fun. This was gonna be a profile picture for Valentine's, I think. But then I ended up doing a matching profile picture with Robbie. So then that never became my profile picture. So it sits here in Mott's. Here's some of my, like, semi-recent... It doesn't want to load, apparently. This may crash. Okay, it didn't crash. It didn't crash, guys. Yeah, here was our matching series I was gonna do. I have lost, like, all motivation for it. I've actually been putting off making an announcement on it, but it's most likely canceled. It is most likely canceled. Discord server still, and then it's gonna be shut down, is where we're currently sitting. I will probably release what I have done of it, though. Yeah, I have this really bad habit of starting projects and getting super pumped about them and then completely burning myself out and having to drop them. Where was I? Yeah, here's a slightly more recent one. This is still pretty old, but these were like little sprites I did. And these are somewhat recent. Oh, I forgot I did those. Yeah, she's sort of aged with me. Like, here she looks much closer to an adult than she did in any of my old art. When it comes to, like, adult characters, though, Arlo's definitely my oldest. I probably need to make, like, an... Oh! Sorry, guys. That should be going again. Yeah, it's going. Sorry, y'all. Didn't realize it was pausing. My oldest character is probably Arlo, but I probably need to make, like, an actual elderly character, because he just looks old-ish. He just looks old-ish. Do you guys want to see him grow up? Because I actually have art of him at different, like, life stages. He is the one character I think I've actually sat down and done that for, and it was because I was doing it for an AMV. Let me pull up ToonSquid. Here we go. There may be some audio, because I'm gonna have to scrub through. So, like, here, head turn. Oh, I remember being... I was working on nailing the delay on that bit. Where is it? Is it here? It is here. Okay. Like, here's little kid him, and, like, a teen. This was so fun to do. It was also really tricky, and also ignore his pupils. They're round here. They need to be more squarish. I have to fix that later. But yeah, it was tricky trying to figure out how different features should move as he ages. And then I also have, like, a really rough sketch somewhere. Oh, yeah. Rough sketch. Where is it? Here we go. Different ages. Not nearly as well detailed as over here. Little guy. Yeah, he's the only one I've done that for, and honestly, I need to do it more, because it's so fun to go and look through their different life stages. Because I can play what I have so far. I have one gap that's, like, not sketched out at all whatsoever. But the rest of it is at least blocked out sketch-wise. The beginning of it is... Yes? Alright. We can listen to it real quick. Let me pause my music and start over, and I don't think I need to give y'all any content warnings. There's, like, extremely minor blood, but it's just, like, a bloody nose. Like he got hit in the face. It's literally this one. That's it. That's all there is. Aside from that, I think... Let me get my audio on so I can also enjoy it.
I'm laughing like a kid again. But if you aren't impressed by the best I have, I'm a collection of the people and the places that gave me a home, broke all my bones, told me I'm ready. My mother's rage, my father's pain, hereditary. When did we go from growing up to growing old? I'm a progression of all of the things that came before. Live wire, head on fire, my heart beats out of my chest. Answer me, will I ever be? I am so sick and tired of all these goddamn fires.
Accidentally restart it. That's where that's sitting. I'll probably get around to finishing it eventually. But it's gonna be a hot minute before I do. That one's been really fun to work on. Every now and then I remember it's there and I'll just go add a little bit more to it. I actually did... Let me go find it. There's one chunk, like a huge chunk that I did in one day, which is why it looks super lazy. Okay, this is after... Starting here. Okay. From here until the end, like I was bored, I sat down, and I knocked it all out. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm mostly done with my storyboarding. I still don't know what to add in the little question mark bit, but it's whatever. If y'all are curious about the dog he was sitting with, I do have one drawing of him. I have a grand total of one drawing. Right here. Here they are. Here they both are. He doesn't... It will probably change at some point. Genuinely don't know what breed he is. Probably a mix between, like, a bloodhound and a coonhound and some other mutt. Mostly the bloodhound is just in there because I wanted to give him the droopy lip, but, like, slightly droopy lip, you know? It looked weird if I gave him more droop than he has in that drawing. And then the coonhound, because I wanted that, like, hunting dog. They're that specific kind of floppy ear. Some of those patterns are really pretty too. I also don't have much lore figured out for him. Mostly he's just there because I felt like Arlo needed a friend. Like, he had very little grounding him to any actual storyline. So I was like, okay, let's design him a friend. And then as I was working on that AMV I showed you all a minute ago, I was like, you know what? I can't have love. What if no one can? You know? And so then I toyed around the idea of, well, what if Arlo has a crush on him, but it's not requited? Because I couldn't decide between, like, him liking it him, oh my god, this is gonna be hard because they both have the same pronouns. Him, like, having a crush on his friend and it being unrequited, or them actually getting together eventually, and I was like, you know what, I'm still figuring it out, but it's probably gonna land on, like, a middle ground of, they kind of both like each other. Arlo's definitely, more head over heels than anything. His friend's more like, yeah, he might be cute. But he's not gonna ever do anything about it, so it will remain no relationship. 'Cause why not add a little angst to the story? Why not? And that is all the lore I have for those two and their relationship figured out right now. Yeah, so two pieces of media exist with that specific character right now, and you guys have just both seen both of them. Pretty neat little guy, though. Is that... Yes, that was my tail. Chat, how we doing? How fatigued are you guys? There too. They will not hear anything I say up until they catch up to this point. Or the rest of us are... Oh, dude, were you at least, like, outside when you got cold water dropped on you? Or were you just chilling at the perfect temperature indoors? Because if it's outside, that's almost nice. But if you were inside at, like, perfect room temp... Oh, man, yeah, I would not be thrilled about that. I'd be throwing hands. Starting scuffles. Robin, you doing good, bud? Do you have any tea, by chance? Or is it just, like, the monster? Oh, I forgot to give her her armpit hair. We can do that here in a sec. After I finish outlining this. You know, I once drew one of my characters, traditionally anyways, with a lyric from this song. Never posted it. I actually don't think I have it finished. I mean, I lined it. I fully colored the character, just none of the background. Oh, Robin, I would have been so annoying. I would have referenced Willwood immediately and would not have dropped it until someone else either went and listened to the song or recognized the reference. Oh, I need to work on actually getting, like, solid set-in-stone lore for all of my characters. And then eventually, my brain's a little slow when it comes to that stuff. Alright, let's see where... Here. Forgot what I was doing for a second there. Soft blend. Oh, right. The art to this song. I need to post that eventually. It's of Larkspur, so it might eventually, if I do upload it, it's either going to go on my Instagram or it's going to go on her page on my ArtFight. But it'll be one of those places. I can guarantee you that much. Discord, randomly. I wish I was a girl. I feel like this dark brown is not working. Like it's too green. Oh, okay, Lark is also a really cute name though. How is this orange? Okay, where does this sit? What? Okay, this is... I'm just gonna... There we go, that's better. Alright. And see, now this is too yellow. Maybe it just needs to be pink. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I don't have enough pink in here. No, that was not the solution, actually. Give me a sec, y'all. We'll get the chin. Is it going to freak you out more if you check your heart rate? Or would you rather just live blissfully ignorant? Because I would consider that first. It was Sydney, right? I was checking my subscription notifications on ArtFight and saw that you posted one, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, let me go look. And I was like, whoa, awesome design. I don't remember it too great right now, but I do remember that I loved the colors. ArtFight is, so every July, a bunch of artists get together and just draw art of each other's characters, and it's kind of gamified, so you get points for doing it. It's amazing. Hang on, I've got an idea now. I'm gonna use soft brush because I don't want blend. Oop, that is a massive brush. I'm just gonna make this a bit more noticeable. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go right back over this. Apple strudel. The art block this time of year, any time of year actually, goes crazy. What's nice though is you can choose who you want to attack, so it's like you can decide whether you want to attack specific kinds of characters, anyone that catches your eye. It's great, because I just get an excuse to draw specific animals without having to do the design work myself. And also, everyone's really nice. I also listened to this song a lot as a kid, because I listened to this so often as a kid. My fourth grade teacher, during our science unit, would play this song, like, all the time, because he loved We Might Be Giants when he was in high school. And because this was related to our solar system unit, we got to listen to it, and it was amazing. And then the music video was like stop motion animation. Oh, peak, honestly. One of my favorite memories from early. No one else knows. Oh, if it's lagging, no one else knows. Oh, if it's lagging, it might be me. Hang on. In a minute. In the meantime, that does need to be carried down, her legs. I have issues with, I think it's back now, where it'll just randomly start bugging out and people have to tell me it's doing it, and then I have to just pause my stream and then restart it, and it usually fixes it. I don't know why it does it. I wish I did though, because then I would go and fix it myself. Alright, base color down. Let me actually... make sure that... Alright. So the scary part is going to be adding all of her markings, because I've just done fade work, which I'm not going to... This is going to be so close to pure white. It's gray? I was expecting that to be, like, at least a twinge cream, like, right there. That's gray. That is straight gray. Oh. We're gonna change it to this, is what's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna... purple to go on all the orange. I ended up setting here. That looked purple, on top of just a ton of orange, which was crazy. Ah! I don't remember much about it. I think it was the one with the little aliens, right? The entire time, I could not guess what was coming next, which was nice, actually. I was like, this looks interesting. Odd title, but I'll watch it. And then it ended up being so much different than whatever I had in mind. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking, but this was... Oh gosh, is Flip-a-Clip making it harder to use the app without a subscription? Yikes. I haven't used it in forever, but, like, it's been awful for a while. I don't think they need to make it worse. I do hate when apps do that, when they're like, what if you paid to access half of our features? What if we charged you a ridiculous amount on a subscription basis for all of these features? That bugs me so much. Like, one-time payments, I get it. You want your money? Fine. You can have it. That's why I have Procreate and why I have ToonSquid, because they work amazing for me. And it's not subscription. But, like, subscription-based? I'm sorry. You're asking too much. Little too greedy, guys. The reason I still have it saved to my devices is because I used to animate on Procreate. Back before Procreate, Dreams was a thing, and oh, dang it, I did this on my base layer. Ugh, it's fine. And I would just redraw it, pretty much, in Procreate. Delete it. Get rid of all of the old animations on it, unfortunately, but, like, at this point, I'm not. Elliot, if you finish that, I gotta see it. Are you going, like, old Western cowboy or, like, Procreate Dreams? I know Orange does. Unfortunately, she's not here in stream anymore. If you see her ever, I would ask her about it. But from what she's said about it, probably ToonSquid. ToonSquid, I think, is cheaper. But also Procreate Dreams, it seems like it's made with the intention of being for tweening more so than frame-by-frame animation. What's the horse's name? And also what kind of cowboy hat? Because there's straw cowboy hats, and then you've got the fancier felt ones. Both are cool, just the context you'd wear them in is different. Because straw hat had a nicer night event or something. The straw is going to be way more breathable during the daytime. You can wear either. That's just what they're typically used for. First name is Fried Bat, and I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Fried Bat it is. Yeah, that sucks about Procreate. You can add audio to ToonSquid. The way you have to go around it, though, you have to add files specifically. It won't go straight from your photos. Which is whatever. It just takes an extra minute and a little bit of figuring out how to work files to do. Figuring out how to work on an iPad anyways. Oh, it only works on iPads. Will not work on a phone. Will not work on anything that's not Apple. I don't. Dude, some Western wear is so fun. Oh, I love going to Cavender's every now and then. That place smells so good because they just have so much leather. There's one time my mom went without me. I was so upset about that, by the way. Devastated. Because that's like one of my favorite places. You can't go to my favorite place without me, you know? But she went without me, and she found a really cool shirt with a jackalope on it. And for those of you that don't know, jackalopes are my favorite mythical creatures. Like, I love jackalopes. And she found it, and she sent me a photo, and then she didn't buy it. And they stopped making that shirt. I have hunted down the company that produced it, Cotton and Rye Outfitters. Count your days. They haven't brought it back. It's still on some of the photos in their site, and it bugs me so much because I know I will never find that shirt. I will never rest easy again, you know? Like, loss of a lifetime. Honestly. It's okay though. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm over it. I'm definitely over it. Oh, dude, I had a huge cowgirl boot phase when I was a kid, too. Like, I ate that up, honestly. But I loved my cowgirl boots. Up until, like, early elementary school. Apparently one boy in my class, because of course it was, man, he made a comment about my cowgirl boots, and I was so upset I stopped wearing them. I still have them in my closet, though. They're really pretty. They've got blue flowers embroidered on the sides. It's kind of fun, though, because I've got one pair that's just completely wrecked. I wore them everywhere. And then I've got the other pair that's barely touched, pristine condition. And they just sit next to each other. So you've got this little pair, like little kid pair. It's no, other way around. Blue flowers is the older pair. Cream and pink is the younger one. Oh man, I can't find a way to make these stripes look good. Not while sticking to the original anyways. So we are gonna see if I can make them more wiggly, more like a tiger-like, I suppose. And if I can do that well, then I'll probably leave it like that. She's gonna look like in a copy if I do this. That's fine, I guess. Like a full animation? That's some impressive speed, too. Alright, yeah, we're gonna leave it like this. She's just gonna look like in a copy, and it's gonna be fine. It's cool. Copies are cool. They're like the one remaining relative of giraffes. They have another name that has the word shade in it. I just don't remember the word. Let me actually, let me scooch this up a bit. See if I can without completely goofing it up. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. Matches up with the other side. Practicing my lines. Similar to Sings a ton. I can send you the file if you want it. But syrup's as close as you're getting it without it actually being syrup. I've just kind of softened the edges and then messed with stabilization. Are the main differences. I think I might have messed with shape too. But I don't think so. If it'll let me send you files, yeah, I can get that to you. Yeah, there are a few brushes I've made myself that I frequently use. Not many, though, because I'm not very good at it. Your profile photo. There we go. Oh, Robin, are you getting? Where was I? Right, for the brushes I like using. Yeah, this one's one of my favorites, and then also of the ones I've made, anyhow. And then also the one I used for some of Thistle's markings. Where is she? Here she is. Hey, Thistle. Like over here, I used a custom brush, and then I blended it. If I can find it, where is it? Here we go. So that was that custom brush, which I thought was too, and I'm blending it there. Tried to make it look as close to like fur texture as I could. Yep. Oh, that was a different brush actually. But I ended up blending it with that custom. Huh. Forgot I did it that way. Alright, back to what I was doing. Oh my gosh, dude. Proportions and perspective are like two of the most struggle bus things for me. Like if anything is at all off in any minor way, it completely screws up the entire piece. Awful. Character. Thank you for the compliment. I'm currently giving her like a really minor redesign and working on a reference sheet for ArtFight. I may simplify this down to 2 instead of 3 of that color. Oh, but her... Oh, I forgot her little horn nubbins. This was also... Okay. So, probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, this was 4 characters then. Oh my god, the AI art situation, it's not even art. The AI generation situation is just a hot mess. Because for some really unfortunate people, they'll get accused of using AI, and then they have to prove that they didn't. Which it sucks that we've gotten to that point. Oh my god. And then we've seen companies starting to use it. Wacom, that still bugs me so much. Oh my god. Like, how are you gonna pander to artists and then also use AI art instead of commission some artists? Yeah, that one bugs me. Ooh, that one bugs me. And then the AI defenders are always like, no, it saves you time, you don't have to do work. I want to do work. I want to work. That's what's fun. I wouldn't get a bot to play video games for me. I'm not going to get it to do art for me. There's no soul, there's no thought, there's no purpose. And it's stolen. It's all stolen. Yeah, I'm really not huge on it. That is a blend. And then there's also the environmental impact. Have y'all seen how awful it is on the environment to do any sort of AI training? Like, yikes. And we're still doing it. Because they were like, we're going AI first. People do. The people will know what's changing with the language. The bot's not gonna know. It's not gonna get the grammar. And then also firing your employees to hire robots? Guys, no. See ya, Star. I might keep cutting out. Let me fix that real quick. Hang on. Try it again. Dude, Rec Room 2? Can I have nothing? Oh, man. Like, I haven't even played in forever, but, like, yikes. Yikes. Yeah, it's been really sad to watch. Oh my god, and then all of the trends, the AI trends. I do not like those. I don't appreciate them. Like, there was a while where people were doing, like, spin-arounds with AI. Why? I thought we hated them. Why are people switching up on the trends? And then recently there's been, like, AI ASMR? What? Like slime and cake cutting? Which is crazy. Oh, I hope it won't. I hope it won't take over being a meteorologist. Like, there's gotta be some stuff that takes a human eye to do. I'm wanting to be, a forester, eventually. I don't trust it. I feel like I'm gonna be one of those old folks that's like, back in my day, we looked at the clouds and guessed. We didn't let those robots do it for us. I got good eyes, I can still do it. I'm also kind of hoping when our generation gets a little bit older, maybe we'll be able to fill some of those bigger roles in companies and bring the people back. It's gonna take forever to do, though, and even if we do, there is a really good chance that a decent amount of people still just don't care enough for it. Exactly, Robin! Exactly! I can smell it! I don't need the robot to tell me it'll rain. I've lived in Texas long enough to not trust anything but what I see in the sky. Which is crazy because her stripes are not simple at all. But that's okay. That's okay. They can be simplified. Yeah, I've got cans and parents. My dad can read the sky and clouds really well because of it. Because he used to go storm chasing and such. Oh, Elliot, you are so lucky. Oh, you guys have Tim Hortons. We have one of those down here too, actually. I'm not huge on coffee, so I didn't have any, but I did stop by once, and my mom said that their coffee was really good. Yeah. Oh, I need to add her pop ad. Oh, shoot. Alright, hang on. Yeah, it was really cool. I've been the one time, but next time I go to my doctor, I think that's actually coming up mid-July. I'll have to stop by again. Ooh, what are Timbits? Okay, I think that's the full done. Let me add these colors on down here so I can color pick them in a minute. There we go. Oh, I need to draw a ref for her wings. And also her armpit hair that I forgot. Ugh. Let me set this back to normal real quick and get this color back. There we go. Oh, this one's fine. That one's fine. This is empty. Yes. Sweet. There we go. Look at that. Little manticore. I do need to add a little reference for her wings. Is it lagging? Hang on. Is it lagging? Hang on, guys. Alright, wings. Whoop. I am on a group. That is my bad. Oop, I did just put a dot down. That one's my bad. I'm using the wrong brush. Let's see. Hang on, what is this about allergy slander? It's okay though, it was worth it. It's okay though, it was worth it. I'm just not gonna do it again. It's not worth it, y'all. That is too many individual feathers in one spot. Oopsie days. Brain filled it in as... Dude, I can't keep up with the new brain rot. There was a while where I was able to, but every now and then something new comes up and I can't. I can't keep up with it. And then all of the abbreviations too. Like it's the worst on TikTok, honestly, and I think it's probably because I'm too old to be on there at this point, but just getting a little too close to too old. Like, I'll see a new abbreviation, and I'll go, what even could that mean? Like, there was that one, for the longest time, I was like, it just looks like they're trying to spell Subaru and failing. And then finally... Yeah. Yep, Robin. That's the one. For the longest time, I was confused by that because I could not figure out what it meant. It's okay, I know now, though. It's alright, guys. I'm just getting ready for the retirement home. Getting ready to be ancient and not knowing what any of the youth are saying. Oh, yeah. No, I know by now. Figured it out a few months ago. Just took me forever to catch on. Alright, we got a back of a wing. Give me one moment then. I'm just gonna... Is it back? It claims it is, but YouTube seems to disagree. There we go. Somewhere and you forget what you're doing. I have the worst memory with whatever I'm actively doing. Like, I will be mid doing something and then I'll remember something else and walk off to go do something else, forgetting what I was up to. I did that and I completely forgot to start my laundry, so then I have to remember starting the dryer. So I had to walk on down. Sure enough, I did not start the dryer. I just loaded it fully ready to and then walked off. I did find the Gugon, though. Let me shorten that. I felt so silly for that, though. I was like, oh. What a wise choice I've made going to search for the Gugon that I don't need. Good luck catching up on, fighting then, Elliot. You got this. You can do it. You can for part of the month and won't be able to participate at that time. That's what you do have. Alright, look at that, little wings. I don't think this goes down far enough, though, right here. So we're just gonna pretend that line was never there. All good. Rule breaking. Elliot, how could you? you go. Labeled that, and then I'm gonna go over here and label this as front. That sounds like something an evil person would say, I don't know. 8 seconds. I feel like that would be fun to get 2 celebrations. We've usually got some crazy ones over here. I am a little bit worried because I've found out this year that there's a big one down. Are they gonna be okay? Can we risk hurting the bats? I don't know if it's worth it, guys. I don't know. But it's probably fine. I did bring it up earlier, and my mom was like, "Oh no, they wait until after the bats," which we will. What I'm doing? Y'all just got real quiet. Especially ice chips. Like, and also especially if you hate hydrating, having to drink water to stay hydrated. But I like not being dehydrated, you know? So ice chips are really nice because you can just chew on it and stay hydrated. But it's not like water where it's gross. Which I've had several people tell me is weird that I think that water's gross. But if it's anything other than cold enough to hurt my teeth, it's not worth it. So ice chips are really nice. Because I will actually stay hydrated if I have them on hand. I have to force myself to stay hydrated. Because I have to stay fairly hydrated so my voice doesn't crack out on me. I get some of the worst voice cracks. It's weird. We're gonna go ahead and lower this part of the wing. And also warp it a little bit. There we go. It's a little better. Y'all have gotten really quiet. Are you starting to get fatigued over there? A little bit of stream fatigue. Social batteries running out. To watch it and then forgetting to. I need to get around to it though. I've seen the like little cat tiger thing of that little guy and knocking over a potted plant. I think Elliot might have vanished because I asked a question a bit ago and have not gotten a response. Been ghosted on my own stream. I can talk. Asking if you guys are close enough to the border because you said Canada 2. Alright, these get to go to multiply. That gets deleted. And what color? Oh. I'm gonna go over the base with this lighter color. That is the wrong brush. I had such a long explanation for that question too. Like, unnecessarily so, for a simple question. I was asking if you get to have, like, a second kind of late celebration on the 4th, if you're close enough to the border. Like, you get your Canada Day celebration on the 1st, and then on the 4th you just get to have a second. Like, you hijack the 4th of July, and it's just second Canada Day. Ah. No second Canada Day. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that would be so cool if you were close enough to the border to get both celebrations. Like, I always see a lot of Cinco de Mayo stuff over here. Which is obviously on the way opposite side of our country, but... That's always fun to see. Dia de los Muertos is also really fun to see. That's one of the cool holidays. Don't celebrate it a ton, but I see stuff from it every now and then. It's always cool. So cool to see. I kind of forget that you guys get half the grade. Like, oh, where is the gap? Where's the gap? What gap? These... Okay. Huh. That's really cool. I didn't know you could do that. I know, I think I just had a section that wasn't, like, opaque enough, but there literally wasn't a gap. I might just have my fill set to too high of a percentage. But I'm not going to lower it, because if I do, I'm going to get transparent. Honestly, not as long as I expected. Oh, that one wants to fill. Can't even be upset, because at least it filled. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't feel like outlining that again, is lining this up to the best of my ability, which is going to be a bit difficult, because this color does not have a lot of contrast with this gray. But I think that's fine. Here we go. Wait, chocolate Smarties? Dude, we've just got, like, the little pill-shaped ones. Like, the little tablets that are just pressed sugar. Weird. Because ketchup is really sweet. I don't know how well that... Huh. It's kind of weird. I mean, I'm sure it's perfectly normal for you. That's just, like, new information to me. Oh, they got them with the word adulting, with an explanation. Like, literally... Oh, this brush size is way too big for this. Hang on. It's literally that. On every M&M. Every single M&M. I didn't even know you could get custom M&Ms. Yeah, super funny. I'm just also like, no, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to have to register to vote. I don't want to have to go renew my driver's license on my birthday. I don't want to worry about taxes yet. And I don't have to. But eventually I will. That is unfortunately one of the adulting things. Oh, wait, what if... Oh, this is about to go mint chocolate chip real fast. Alright. I know, it's scary. Oh, yeah, the cream. Oh, I could do the cream at the underside there, too. Elliot, you're so smart. You're so smart. I'm gonna have to do that now. Stroke of genius, because this looks really out of place right now. But I want it to blend onto the back a bit better, so I'm gonna do this back color here. Okay, and then I can do this cream on the underside. Okay, I see you, I see you. Let's do that real quick. There we go. That actually may be too vibrant, in which case I may have to go with the other blue, teal color. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out here in a sec. Unless I do the lighter brown. The lighter brown may work. Let's see. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wow. See, now we're getting somewhere. Let me just clean up some of the pixels it didn't get. These little individual pixels. It's like the one worst thing about using a softer brush, because it looks so nice to have not completely sharp lines. There we go. Ooh, look at us making good design choices. Oh my gosh, if I had some orange, I would be like chowing down after this stream. I'm gonna have to write out some information about this gal later, like when I'm actually uploading her to ArtFight. I'm gonna have to find a... That's the best way to eat it. I'm sorry, I don't have the patience to do anything other than chew it. Like even push pops? Bad. It's not that bad. My teeth are used to it by now. That is the only way I eat ice cream. They're used to it, it's fine. Bye, Elliot! Like, if your teeth aren't too sensitive, it's so good that way. It's so good. I'm kind of tempted to add, like, a little stripe of the... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. We are gonna add a stripe of this to this wing. To both wings, really. I just feel like I've got so much of it on the underside, I need a little bit on the overside, top? The dorsal side. The back of the wing. There we go. I got there. This took me a minute to remember the word. There we go, that blends a bit better. Someone else's paint. Dude, reminds me of that one time that April changed their username for a joke, and then let me name these real quick. Okay, let's add a feral full, and then it'll look fine. And then it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Let me just set this to normal real quick so I can get this gray color back. Where's the most opaque version of this? Alright. We're gonna add a feral full right there. So you can see her back. I can add like name and info up there, and then a little bit color swatching over there. All right, this is the simplest ref sheet I have done in a hot minute. I also haven't drawn cats in general in a hot minute, so this may take me a moment. Set that to normal and turn the pen to type. That's cool. Oh wait, I'll be patient. Nope, alright, I'm gonna have to go Google that later and do some researching on my own then. Because now I'm curious. Now you've got me curious. I'm gonna have to go research. I say that like it's a chore, it's not. Alright, let's see. Onto the wiki hole? Yeah, I'm gonna find a rabbit hole and I'm gonna run down it. No cares in the world. If I end up meeting Alice, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll have met a celebrity, you know? Maybe I'll get her signature. That or she'll be sulking about losing a path. Alright. I definitely did not pick up the reference. I'm with you now, though. Finally on the same page. I hated that scene as a kid in Alice in Wonderland. The one where she's just sulking on a rock. Like, this girl is having the worst day of her life. worst day of her life. She's crying because she's lost the path home. And then the animals that were so mean to her like a minute ago are all like, oh, suddenly I feel bad. Like you didn't a minute ago. Traitor. Be consistent, you know? If you're gonna be a bully, do it consistently. But yeah, I hated that scene as a kid. I always felt so bad for Alice. It was the one scene in that movie that I didn't like. Oh, yeah, no, Alice in Wonderland is not... not the most logical. It's very chopped up into pieces. Kind of hard to track where you're at sometimes. Let me do that real quick. Oh, dude, Cheshire Cat would be such a cool costume. I should probably make a note that the number of these bumps on... Because I'm not about to count these, and I'm not about to stay consistent with it, and I don't want other people to feel like they should. Ugh, man. Have to make notes now. More text on this ref. It has 2 words, a grand total of 2 words, currently. And I've made this too thin, but also it was weirdly flat on the bottom before. Oh gosh darn it. Alright, we're gonna look this. Actually, let me... There we go. Ugh, wrong button. I feel like this happens every time I stream too long. My brain just stops working. It taps out for the day. I forget what words mean. There we go, that's a bit better. Let me bump that up though so it doesn't cut in as deep. There we go. And of course you get some fluff around it. Look at that, like a... Definitely not a domestic cat. There's way too much detail on these legs. Specifically her shoulders are really defined. But you know what? She's mythical, so it's fine. Oh, these wings are not going to be useful at all whatsoever. To be fair, they weren't originally. Those wings were not taking her anywhere. They were itty-bitty. Just gonna have the most useless little wings. Maybe she'll use them to, like, flutter about. Maybe, make a jump a little bit more impressive. Like, you jump up in the air, use the tiny wings for a bit of a boost. Oh my god, she would sound like a cicada flying around. Like, with their really loud wings. Their loud, clumsy wings. Yeah, that's gonna be... That is getting put on, her ArtFight page later. Canonically, she's gonna make so much noise when she flies. Alright, let's give her a little bit of a downturned nose. That just cut away some of her jaw. That's cool. Who needs that? Oh, dude, the cicadas are so calming. Like, the cicadas and the crickets and the grasshoppers. Well, maybe not so much the grasshoppers, but the cicadas and the crickets. That's like my version of a noise machine. Some people listen to whale sounds, some people listen to rain. I've got bugs. Alright, let me tilt this so her chin's not digging into her neck. Alright, I think once I have this either at least fully sketched out, or once I have it lined, possibly only partially lined, I'm probably gonna end the stream. It's getting kind of late. Which isn't bad. I think I've streamed for far longer than this before. I want to say 4 hours is probably my record, somewhere around there. And even that, like, looking back, I'm like, oh, how did I survive that? Which is like the one important thing about streaming, is having things to discuss in case chat's gone all quiet. Because I don't have questions to answer, and I don't have requests for anything. It's like the one time I get a yap, but I don't have anything. My old age is getting to me. Rapid fire trivia, oh no. That probably would be fun. See, I feel like if I were one of those streamers that plays games, that might be a little bit easier, because then I can just talk about what's happening in the game. But I don't do games. I just draw, which is very self-explanatory a lot of the time, I feel like. Until someone asks me how I do a thing, and I go, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Gartic Phone, we had to stop because people got inappropriate on it. It did used to be fun, though. Yeah, that did used to be really fun. And more than once, the first time I was willing to brush it off, I was like, alright, we're gonna kick them and carry on and have fun. And then it kept happening, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. Y'all blew it. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, though. I'm sure it would be really fun in, like, a small Discord server or something to do, because then you've got a more controlled group of who's on there, and you can keep everyone more accountable. And also you don't have to worry about, like, the idea of random people jumping in and deciding to ruin it for everyone else. Something's off with her head, and I want to say it has to do with the back of her skull looking like it's missing. Like I've just shaved off part of the back of her skull. There's no skull back here, no brain, no thoughts. Like her skull ended here, and that's not right. She needs a little bit more brain space, and then the skull's got to connect to your neck. It'd be fun. Yeah, no thoughts, head empty. She's fully lobotomized. Probably got it done at Claire's. Dude, Claire's is the worst. I mean, it's fun if you're going around and just looking at all the trinkets. And even if you're gonna buy some of the trinkets, they'll last you like 2 weeks and break. But it's fine, they're cute. Oh my god, I got that done when I was like 8, I think. Like, I was just walking around the mall, hanging out, and my parents saw the sign for Claire's. And they're like, oh my gosh, do you want to go get your ears pierced? And I was like, okay. because I was a kid, I was like, alright, I'm down, I guess. So we went, and so then I had to get up off the chair and walk out of the room while we're doing both. You're gonna look dumb otherwise. So they took me back in, and we did the second earring. Hurt so bad, and then they both ended up getting infected and falling out later. I actually still have the rubber stoppers from one of those earrings just chilling in my earlobe. Like the skin's just grown in around it. Now in my earlobe. Yeah, it was bad. It's okay though, because now it gets to be a fun story. It hasn't caused any issues either. Like, my body hasn't freaked out about it, so we're chilling. I'm also never going to get another ear piercing after that. I would be more worried about it if I were, because then I'd be like, ooh, do I need to tell a piercer that there's a chunk of rubber sitting in there? And I probably would. They would probably want to know so that they don't, you know, stab the chunk of rubber. But, like, for now, it's not causing issues. I'm chilling. I'm part rubber. I got a little chunk of rubber in my ear that's gonna be here long after the rest of me. I guess maybe not the bones and hair, but, like, everything else is gonna be fully rotted away. I will be a mummy. And there'll just be a surviving chunk of rubber. Oh, archaeologists are gonna have so much fun with that one, trying to figure out why there's rubber in the side of my skull. Little will they know, it's just Claire's fault. Right, little cat paw. I need to do some more references. Not do some more references. Do some more studies. Look at some more references for cat paws. Because they always walk on their tippy toes. And I know it's because it literally is their tippy toe. But it looks so silly. And I can never draw it just right. And I hate that I can't. I'm sure it's probably just like that, pretty much. Like, you've got the dip and then the toes are right there, but then I haven't even drawn that right. Man. See, and that's almost there, but not quite. Maybe it's just this, and you just draw, like, a really obvious dip at the end of the toes. That's probably all it is. But yeah, it's really disappointing when I'm trying to draw it and I realize that I can't do their little tippy toes justice. Like, come on, you know? Such a cute detail and I can't even do it. Oh, you know what? They probably won't even care, because I've got my death plans already figured out. Not like how I'm gonna die, but how I want to be handled. You need a little reef burial. This actually needs to be further back. So yeah, it might burn up. Or maybe it won't, and there'll be just a chunk of rubber mixed in with the concrete. A little bit of Firefly lore, I guess. Apologies. Yeah, I started cleaning up my sketch. Didn't even go on to a different layer to do line art. Oh shoot, my lore was cut? Dang. Because if it's getting buggy, then I'll fix the bug and then drop the lore. I hate that it does that. I seriously wish I knew why. I'm not used to chatting this much in one sitting. Right, I was saying the archaeologist probably actually will not care at all about my ear rubber. Because they won't, like, I'm not doing a casket burial. I don't want to, anyways. I got my death plans figured out, you know? Not how I'm going out. But I know how I want my corpse to be handled. Ideally, I would get a reef burial, which would literally be getting cremated, mixed in with concrete, and then dropped at the bottom of the ocean and neglected for, like, forever. Yeah, a little yap sesh. So I don't know if... The rubber would probably burn up in that. I just know it's going to burn at a different temperature than the rest of my body would. Sounds terrifying. Maybe a little bit. They're kind of cool though, because eventually a bunch of coral will cling onto it, so then it makes a little itty bitty coral reef. And I think it would be corpse concrete block. I also know the concrete's not great for the environment though, like the making of it, not the concrete itself. So I'm a wee bit iffy on it. I think there are worse places to send my corpse, you know? Why not go to the bottom of the ocean? Something isn't right with this knee, and I suspect it's just because it's too sharp. Like, round it out a bit more, but who knows? Who knows? Well, shoot, maybe it's just not blended into the body well. I know, like the first back leg, it connects to the body, you can see it, it's really easy. And then the second one, like, I know how that's connecting, but I don't know if my viewer's gonna know. So usually I try to put this one in front, but I want this leg in front, and it doesn't make sense to have this one be brought forward, because it would just cover that up. But also, I forgot what I was saying. Like mid-sentence. That hasn't happened in a hot minute. Yeah, I would have to bring this forward if I want to bring this forward because of the walk cycle and such, and how legs work on four-legged creatures. And I do not want this leg forward. I want to keep this, like, very, very proud strut-looking. Because of the lagging to bring it down a whole hour. Yeah, the effects of 4 hours of streaming, then. Gotta love what it does to your brain. I can think so clearly and remember every word right now. In fact, if you asked me to talk about any mundane topic, I would have no trouble articulating anything. I would not mispronounce a single thing. And that toe is way too tall. I'm gonna fix it this. I'm gonna fix it this way. Very tall toe. I did not need it that high up. There we go. And we're gonna ignore the fact that those toes get progressively taller. The only people who are gonna judge it are the hypocrites. Not hypocrites. The only people who are gonna judge it are the critics. Society. Yeah, I'm losing it over here. It's fine. I'll just go eat, like, coconut chunks. Oh, I've got chili, actually. I've got chili I can have. I've got chili, or I can make a turkey sandwich. I can drive myself down to the store and get mint chocolate chip ice cream to chew on. Because it wasn't when I was talking about chili, What was I talking about? The toe? But nothing I said sounded like immigrants. Maybe when I was talking about how well I can pronounce things? And think clearly? No! No! It's okay, we might be losing it together. There's a word for that, but I don't remember it right now. It's French, I think. The insanity for two. It's something that has to do with being crazy for two. Dang it, her armpit hair just looks like elbow fur. Which is fine, but it's not. Fine. I'm gonna have to just fully separate it. Divorce it from the body. Yeah. Yeah, those words sound at least like a little bit similar. That makes more sense. I just could not recall what I'd said that sounded at all familiar to by the end of this. Like, fully forget the language. I'm gonna be left babbling in gibberish, just complete gibberish. And see, now I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, and I forgot to give her her pit hair up here. Because I couldn't nail it the first time, so I was like, oh, let me get back to it. And then I never did. Knowing full well I would have to go in and adjust this too. But if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget to do it. It's fine. Oh, I've just lost that gray, haven't I? Sigh. This is probably close enough. You know what? At least she looks cool, though. Oh, that is the wrong brush. Is this the wrong gray? No, that's the same. Am I on the wrong layer? No, I'm on the right layer. Why is this different? What? Oh! Oh, the opacity's down on this. I love it when I do that. That's so actually convenient for me. Well, I know if I open this up, usually I can see it, except when I color grab. Doesn't always quite save it. Which is fine. It's not like my favorite thing, but something's off with this eye. just gonna... I probably need to add her other ear. And then I have to add the ear tufts. But then it'll be fully... Oh god, her chicken wings. Her little naked chicken wings. I gotta detail these out too. Let me do this before I forget. There we go, detailed enough. There. I recognize the name, but I think it's only because of like a little silly goofy mini comic with Fluttershy. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I feel like there's something off with where her ears and eyes are sitting on her face. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, that probably maybe fixed it. Once this is lined, I'm gonna take probably like a 30-minute break, get some food, and then I may or may not come back. Kind of iffy right now. We'll figure it out. So you've got maybe like 5 minutes left of stream. Let me shrink this down though real quick. Oh, that was Word. Word's fine. Thought this was going to be a different song for some reason. Unless it is the one I'm thinking of, in which case I'm going to skip this. But we're going to listen to the first however long of it. These ears are... Something's funky about them. Not in a bad way, I'm just... Remind me of Dr. Seuss here. Yeah, going outside's probably a good idea. Catch some cicada molts, sheds, exoskeletons. Oh my god. I don't trust this brush to be fine enough for what I gotta do. Here we go! I'm gonna have to add some fluff to the back of her leg later, but guess I can do it now. There we go. Look at her. All done. Yay! That was really nice. Y'all stay safe though. Like if I don't have a great summer, you know? Stay hydrated.